Hey guys, StandardVR back with your Pokemon battles. We did something really cool. We took a random team from PokeGame's randomizer on his website and made a really decent team, honestly, in the UU tier. Let me know if you've ever done this kind of stuff. We're prepping for NAIC, so we're kind of trying to get back into the team building mindset, finding the holes in the teams, finding where your weaknesses are, and how to patch those holes. So if you're into that kind of content, please subscribe. We will be doing some VGC prep later on, but I like to use a lot of singles and doubles battles to really prep for big tournaments, because I think a lot of the lessons that you can learn in singles are applicable to VGC as far as like positioning, getting the correct pens, all of that kind of fun stuff. So if you're into that, please drop a sub. Alright, we got some absolute just ridiculously threats over here. Obviously this Meowscarada is dicing to the team. This Deoxys could be hazard setter. Obviously I think Flygon gets Stealth Rocks as well. I am pretty comfortable again with this team just kind of leading Skarm. This could be a Choice Scarf Rotom that could Volt Switch, which could be an issue. And if that's the case, do we just lead Superior? Nah, I think we go Skarm. Yeah, there's that Deoxys. Alright, so they can knock off, they can Psycho Boost, they can do a lot of things. I'm just going to get up some spikes. I don't think... Flygon might have Defog. Does Flygon can still get Defog? That might be their only hazard removal that I see. Yeah, set rocks. That's fine. We're just going to get up all the layers. As they are as well. But we have two spinners on this team. So I think we do get some value. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of Focus Sash, Rapid Spin, Excadrill, because obviously you lose your Sash coming in on hazards. But if you can get it in a position to like not have to take damage, you can get a spin off, or you know, you come in a very safe position like in front of nothing on this team, because everything on this team kind of smokes Excadrill. Alright. So if there's Psycho Boost, there's nothing that inherently threatens Skarmory. That kind of threatens Skarmory. But like obviously you're trying to avoid or mitigate Brave Bird damage. Would you Thunderbolt though in front when there's a Dom fan? I guess we find out. Nightshade. Okay, that is something. Alright, so Hydro will just kind of end my life here. Let's just Rapid Spin. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. But here we just go Superior. It's a really cool Light Clay Screens Superior set, which I have not seen before. But it's really neat. So, threats to Superior, obviously the Arcanine, as it is not faster. How do I want to do this? I think we can just Leaf Storm into it, because it's going to do good damage into anything except for his grass types. Like, yeah. And that's still 35%. You're probably faster. You could knock. I gotta just try and get up. Oh, U-turn, yeah. Ooh, and we live at 1, and we get the Reflect up. It's nice. There's that Zarude. Which you have Sucker? Just Leaf Storm and find out. You don't. Doesn't get the KO, but does a lot of damage. So U-turn out, which means we get to know what they're bringing in. As we know, they're orbed. There's that Rotom. We don't have a lot to deal with it. Let's see. Let's just go Excadrill, because we are faster. And I understand that we're going to take all this damage. We're going to lose our Focus Sash. We're going to absolutely get rocked by Hydro Pump. But I can get rid of all of this stuff real quick. Which is fine, because then we just come in with the Sinistcha and we Calm Mind up. Yeah, Nightshade's fine. I will get all of that health back. Meowscarada is a huge threat, which makes me kind of want to... What's that? Is that 41? I think we Matcha Gotcha here as a Terra Grass and Nightshade, which is, again, interesting choice. I'm going to Calm Mind again. How much do you think we get from Strength Sapping a Rotom Wash? Let's find out. It's also really good if they switch into this. Get a solid 35%. They are just trying to keep us low so that they can come in with something faster. Yeah, I don't know if Arcanine is going to like this Matcha Gotcha. Yeah, no, and now we're back to full. Sinistcha is just absolutely ridiculous in the UU tier. Here, I'm fine just Poison Terra. I mean, obviously this guy comes in and smokes. But if we poison... because they're going to knock off. If we Poison Terra Strength Sap, it does a lot of damage. We Strength Sap. We go to full. They're probably going to go Deoxys here. So I'm going to Shadow them. Alright. Psycho Boost is going to absolutely rock us here. Flygon. It could be Scarf, or I mean, it doesn't have to be Scarf because they are faster. We just go Skarm. I know I lose all my boosts, but it's fine. Here we just Brave Bird as they U-turn and do nothing. Yeah, this Rotom gets cooked. Alright, Flygon's back. Do we think he has Fire Punch? I think if he does, I think Skarmory eats it. Oh, he's Dragon Dance. Okay. I'm just gonna Body Press this thing. So what do you, Outrage? I think Skarmory eats, because this thing is just super bulky. If I can get Cloyster in safely and get a Shell Smash, I think this game's over. But I don't know if they're going to let me do that. Alright, they disconnected. So, we'll pause and see if they come back. Alright, there's Scale Shot. Alright, so they're going to be super fast, but you're also going to lower your defense. So, like, it's a lot of damage. Alright, so Scale Shot did what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25%? Yeah, you can't really touch this Skarm. So I'm just going to Roost back up to full. And then we will just Body Press out. Skarm might just be able to wall out the rest of this guy's team. I don't know if that Deoxys has any coverage other than Psycho Boost. Maybe Knockoff? But yeah, Scale Shot's not it. Skarmory's kind of busted. Let's see what they want to do. These steel flying types, man. And singles, they're just kind of, they just kind of sit on the field and just go, hey, no. I think losing that Arcanine early to the Superior, I think really kind of set them on the back foot. I think after getting rid of Donphan and Excadrill early, I think they really need to reserve that Arcanine in the back to be able to just kind of clean up Skarmory, and I mean, that's superior if they didn't switch in on the Leaf Storm. So one thing that Kanto Arcanine I think is really good as opposed to the Hisuian Arcanine, because it does, you know, resist those grass types as opposed to it being neutral. Alright, so we body press here, get the KO on Flygon. There's a Deoxys. Takes a ton of damage. And there's the scoop. GG's, let's get another one. Alright. We have a little bit of stall, a little bit of everything gets recovery except for Rhyperior and Heatran. Huh. Alright. So the nice thing about this team is that it looks like we have, like, every lead in the book. I don't want this thing to get, like, rock polish. Heatran is dicey if we lead Superior, because again, we don't have great, was it fire type resists. But would you lead Heatran? You could lead Heatran to threaten Skarm. Let's lead Donphan. Let's switch it up. There's that Milo. Okay. So here, obviously this thing is a pain to deal with. Ice Beam could come out. I'm kind of fine in this situation just hitting a knockoff. Yeah, that burn is super unlucky. At least we get rid of the heavy duty boots. Can save this thing as a sack. And we could come in with Superior and start kind of setting up. Hopefully we don't get burned here. Doesn't affect the attack stat, but I don't like, you know, that residual damage. Here, I think we can just throw up a light screen. Because you're definitely not bringing Rhyperior in. Yeah, there's that Heatran. We throw up this light screen. I think we just... I think go ahead and glare it. Then Magma Storm, which is fine. And obviously we're trapped. So we're just gonna throw up a yellow reflect. I don't know why you Earth Powered, because we can't go anywhere, so I just get a free Leaf Storm off. Which obviously isn't doing anything, but... Oh, fully paired, so we do another little bit of chip. Alright. So let's see, Excadrill could come in here. I really like Excadrill here, especially Sash Excadrill. Donphan's also, you know, Donphan's probably just better. Wasting a little bit of turn on screens, but if we can get, like, yeah, get a knock on the Mana Buzz. Throw off the Ice Spinner, say Defog, that's fine. Get a little chip on this thing. Yeah. So here, Defog, Foul Play, probably Toxic. Let's go Excadrill. Let me just Rock Tomb. Get some chip. Say Foul Play and do 1,000,000,000%. They should be probably roosting here. No, let's get rid of X. That's good, because that kind of means that Heatran can kind of do a lot. Let's see. So you're... So I think... So, weirdly enough, I think we just come in here and we Shell Smash. Yep. They should Foul Play and do 1,000,000,000. But we just Icicle Sphere and get rid of this. This one's probably an L. I don't think we have the resources left to win this one out, especially with them still having Terra up. But let's find out. There's Milo. Yeah, see, this Milo just kind of sits and doesn't do anything. Do we have a position to get... His Blissey's just gonna wall us as well. I think we go Sinistra. And we Calm Mind up. Skip Ice Beam. Of course they do. We get another Calm Mind. We're faster and it's only doing 30. Yeah, there's Blissey, which again just kind of walls this. I'm just gonna keep Calm Minding. That was their Calm Mind as well. Here I'm just gonna get the damage. Because if you want to, what do you, Shadow Ball? Yeah. Now we just come in with Skarm. Might be faster, but we just Brave Bird. Brave Birding Sinistra is also kind of nice. Guess they're avoiding Body Press. We just do it again. Yeah, as they Strength Sap. Yeah, I don't see a way of us breaking this at this point. Yeah, because they're gonna Calm Mind and just Shadow Ball and all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, Poison Terra. Yeah. GG's, fun set of games. Let me know what in the comments what you think might make this team better. Where you think we can actually patch some holes. Please like, comment, and subscribe. As always, have a great day. Peace.